folks? I'm Ultrazilla, and today I have a review of the Playmates toys. Godzilla Final Wars Godzilla. Alright, my Zillions, we got another Godzilla classic that trickled out. Only one new one right now, and it replaced one of the older ones on the backs of the package. So, I guess they put out some more, did another restock of a bunch of them, and added Godzilla 2004 into the mix, which is fine. Let's get them all as soon as possible. I want to see more of this line, and I want to see them get better, honestly, because I feel like the G versus Kong line actually looks a lot better so far than these. These are a little bit different, manufactured a little bit differently, and I'd like to see that same level of detail that they're putting in that line in here. But this one is a little bit different than some of the other ones we've gotten thus far, and that is very interesting to me. These are exclusive to Walmart, and unfortunately, this is one that I actually eBayed. But fortunately, unfortunately, but fortunately, I found a seller, and there was a couple of them out there, surprisingly, that was just selling this for what had to be cost and maybe $1 extra, which you would factor in for eBay fees. I'm good with that, that is fine. Shipping and eBay fees, that's totally fine. Scalping sucks. I don't like scalpers, and I try not to feed scalpers at all. But in a situation like this, if you could find it within that range, you're good to go, because honestly, if you order stuff from Walmart.com, you have to order a certain amount of money worth of stuff anyway to get free shipping. So this guy would have cost me shipping regardless, and tax and whatever. So I didn't have much of a problem with that, but do I have a problem with the figure? Let's find out. Articulation of this Godzilla. The head moves. The arms move at the bicep. Swivels at the hips. And one at the tail. I thought it was 2, but it is a 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 POA on this Godzilla. Alright, so let's take a look at this guy in full. I mean, this is one that's catching a lot of flack out there, and we got a really good big 04 from Playmates. No doubt about it. Their 04 was very, very good. The 12-inch one, 11-inch one, whatever it was. But this one, not as much. And it's not the same figure. It's a totally new figure. So it's not like scaled down. First off, as you can see, well, I don't know if you can, but the sculpting is very soft. Could be a little bit better. And I don't believe I've seen and I've proven and I've shown figures that have a lot better sculpt on this type of plastic. So it's not that. It's just, I feel like these are really, really marketed towards kids, and they just want a nice softer sculpt. It works and doesn't work in times. I don't know if this one does, especially since we got that bigger one that felt a little bit better. I think it's because they made it so light, the gray, and then you have this spraying over it. It just makes it look very light. So I think that's a part of the look. The dorsal fins aren't bad, but there's this giant gap right there and right there, which is a little bit odd. You know what I'm saying? It looks a little weird to me. The tail looks good, nicely shaped. That is totally fine. Really good sculpt here. They did a good job with the spray of the dorsal fins actually going down. A lot of times at this cut, it'll just stop. So I've seen Bandai do it many times, and that's fine. I think it looks good. Overall, I mean, the dorsal fins don't look bad. It's just these weird gaps to them. And there's this weird kind of straight thing going on, like a weird straight angle here that looks just odd. I mean, it's just look at the way they just plopped in this whole back piece here. It does not look good. Those seam lines are very, very bad looking. So, That could be better. The overall pose is pretty good. You know, for what it's worth, I think Playmates has done a fine job of giving us some really well posed figures, in my opinion. In this classics line, I think it's a good idea to make him like kind of lunging forward or some whatever they're doing. They've done a good job with that. I do like it. You know, and you got to pose his feet just right though to make him stand, but you can do it, and that is fine. So I don't mind that. I don't mind that the leg is one leg's posed one way and the other leg is posed the other way. They look good. The legs look fine. The arms look fine too. The paint on the nails are okay. The paint on the toenails, they're okay. I got a little chip there, but otherwise, they're not so bad, you know? Kind of flat down here. Toho, Playmates 2020. I doubt that's going to make the 2020 best of the year, but I don't hate it. I don't. The head sculpt is where we get into a little bit of trouble. First off, though, the mouth looks decent. Teeth are okay. Obviously, it could be some better paint, a little bit here and there, but overall, it's not terrible. The tongue is fine. It's just one, you know, flat color there. The eyes, when you look at it like that, actually, it's not terrible. Now I'm looking at it. He's got like Mets colors there with the orange and the blue. But seriously, when you look up close, it's not that bad. Could it be better? Of course it could be better. But it's not terrible. It's not completely terrible. It really isn't. It's okay. Like, I'm not hating on this figure right now. I now that I'm actually looking at it in front of the camera, it's actually a little bit better than, you know, a lot of folks are saying. And I don't even feel like a lot of folks are justified in a lot of the hate towards the Playmates line. A lot of it stems from NECA losing their license, which should have no bearing on what Playmates does. But yeah, I feel like the worst part about this is the back and the dorsal fins and these holes here. And there's some like excess paint running down right there. But otherwise, or glue, it's not terrible. The sculpt is soft, but I knew that getting into it. The head is, you know, the eyes aren't great, but not the worst thing in the world. So, I'll just say It's like a $12.99 figure. I paid a little bit more for it, but I had to get it shipped here, you know, for priority, I guess. Not that I prioritized doing this review, but, you know, it is what it is. I had to get it. It's a Walmart exclusive, and I had no other choice. But I'm not really giving it that bad marks. Am I giving it great marks? No. But it's not that bad. It's not. It's a passable figure. I think kids will like it fine for a 6-inch Final Wars Goji, you know. So, yeah, that's fine. So why at the top did I say this one's a little bit different? Because the plastic quality is actually a little bit different. This is one of the regular ones, probably the best one that they've done on the Classics line. And all of them like have this really, really hard plastic. And even the Godzilla vs. Kong line has a mixture of the hard plastic and a little bit of softer plastic for like the arms. This guy has the softer plastic for the arms, the legs, tail, and even the body feels softer, almost vinyl-ish, I should say. So that is definitely a difference. It's not like super soft, but it's definitely softer than what I get here and what I'm getting on the body here. So that's a little bit of a different shift. I don't know what it's gonna mean for you vinyl enthusiasts. Maybe they're getting closer to vinyl, and maybe they'll be able to, you know, maybe they're a step away from getting more detail in. So I don't know, but I definitely wanted to point that out because as soon as I touched it, I was like, this is different than this. This is heavier. This is heavier. This is a lot lighter. For your size comparisons, here is a Godzilla with a bunch of figures you might have in your collection. And additionally, here is with the bigger one. So you can see totally different heads. And this leg goes back more, this leg goes forward more. Tails are different. So yeah, I mean, pretty much different. There is some spots where you could say that maybe it was from the same file, like the arm here is possible. But otherwise, there's very, very little crossover there. So there you go. But as you can see, man, the head sculpt on here is really, really, really nice compared to this one. And my final thoughts, I got really nothing to add here that I didn't already say. I took a long time to say it before, so it's fine. The dorsal fins, and mostly the back, the dorsal fins themselves don't look that bad, but the back is a little bit odd the way they did it. But you know, I don't have a Final Wars Godzilla in this scale, so I am actually happy to have it. I will put it on my display until we get something better. And there you go. Alright guys, that's my review. Hope you dug it. Let me know your thoughts below. And if you please like, comment, subscribe, and share. Check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Stay safe. Till next time. Peace out.